Hey guys, Meike just released a brand new flash and this is it. This is the model MK420. Now I've tested the MK430, which based on numbers you'd think that's the top tier, but in fact this is the top of the line version. This has TTL. It has all of the features that you would ever want in a flash except for HSS, I think. Anyway, let's check out how it comes packaged. All right, so here is the box that it comes in. From the front, you could see a nice picture of the Speedlite. MK420 is the model number. Some features, TTL is the important one here. Weight, dimensions, all of this fun stuff. You can see 4 LEDs at the top, which is pretty cool. And then more specs for Sony. So let's open this up. Inside you get a traveling charger. That is nice that the battery is rechargeable and it comes with your own charger. An instruction manual, silica gel, a USB to micro USB that's for the charger, and then a nice pouch and the flash itself. So it's actually not as big as I expected it to be. On the front, see the off, lock, and on button with a nice little lever. So you have some buttons that light up here. These are for the menu. As you can see, you can increase and decrease. TTL at the top, 28 millimeters. It shows the battery indicator. It's a pre-flash there. So this is the video light mode. You can tell because the 4 LEDs on the front are on. So this flips down. It does rotate a full 180 degrees, so you could bounce the flash behind you. And I have to say that the finishing, just playing around with it, is a lot nicer than the first cheap Speedlite that I reviewed from Meike. This one feels a lot more premium. You have a diffuser as well as a bounce card that's built in. So that is very cool. Then you have some electronic connections down here. It locks down. So let's see, where is the battery compartment? Look at that. This is the battery pack, MKLP1. So that'll go into the charger. It's a lot nicer than using 4 AA's. I like the way that that's integrated. Just pops out and you pop it back in. So overall, it is a lot more premium than I expected it to be. All the finishing, the plastic, even though it is plastic, it feels nice and solid, well finished. There's a little port here, micro USB. I'm guessing that's for charging. Yeah, definitely let's pop this on and see how it performs. So here is the flash mounted on my A6000 with the Sigma 16 mil. As you can see on the back, if I turn it on, it says we are at f4, which we are. So let's put it in aperture priority, change it to f1.4, and you can see the setting is changed here. Now it's not recognizing the 16 millimeters at the top, but that might be because that is the minimum. The cool thing about this flash, like I said, is it has TTL, which stands for through the lens, which means that it is an automatic flash, so you don't have to go in and manually change the settings, the intensity. All you have to do is make sure that your camera settings are correctly done, focus. The flash will be adjusted for the environment that you are in. So it is a bit bigger than the small version of the flash that I've been using, the 320. However, it is smaller than the original cheap manual flash that I reviewed a while ago. And just for size comparison, here is the smaller flash, a little bit shorter. So now what I'd like to do is see how it performs. And for that, I will need a test subject, so we'll see if my wife is up to it. My wife has graciously volunteered to be my model for this test. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the A6500, more on why I'm using that later. But what I'd like to do first is just take a picture with no flash at f1.8 to see what we get. So we're ready. Let's go ahead and use the pop-up flash. Blown out. And now I'm gonna use the Meike 420 flash. There we go. So because I was able to bounce the flash a little bit off of the ceiling, it's a much more pleasant picture. And then just for fun, I'm gonna throw in the small flash that I have been using. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. You'll notice a difference in how it exposes the picture. If we shoot directly onto the subject, that's what the small flash looks like. And now I can see that the 420 is definitely more powerful. However, I do think that its settings, the TTL controls, are a little bit better because I'm getting slightly better exposed shots with the bigger flash versus the smaller one. So as you saw from those comparison shots, the flash performs very, very well. And I have to say that I do think that it performs slightly better than the smaller version. Now initially I did try to use my A6000 for those comparison shots, but as I shall now demonstrate, unfortunately my pop-up flash is broken. And I learned that just today. So I don't know what exactly happened, but it is not firing no matter what I do. So, you know, for a camera that's been used pretty heavily for the last 2.5, 3 years, stuff will go wrong, but that's pretty disappointing. So that's another reason for me to have something as a backup, such as an external flash. Now, I've never been a fan of the pop-up flash simply because I think that it's weak. I also think that it doesn't expose very well. And the other thing is when you're using longer lenses such as this 16mm, and especially if you're using the 18-105, which is a bit longer, you end up casting this shadow when your subjects are up close because the flash is just too low in relation to where your subject is. Whereas if you have an external flash like this, it sits up higher so you can get all of the light that you need on the subject. So the biggest selling point of this thing, I think, is this built-in battery. Not built-in, but it's the fact that it has a battery pack. According to the product packaging and Amazon, this is good for anywhere from 300 to several thousand flashes. And I've used this flash for a couple of days with no impact on the battery. This little flash that I have been using runs on AA's, and after using it for a couple of days, you end up having to replace those. So this is definitely more convenient. I like the screen, the fact that you have more real estate to kind of see what's going on. And I already mentioned the great TTL performance of this lens. It swivels around, has a built-in diffuser, bounce card. All of these features just make it a little bit better than other flashes out there. So what Meike really did with this flash is they essentially took all of the great features of the manual budget flash that I reviewed months ago, put it into a smaller, better built body, improved this screen drastically, and then added all of the features of this smaller MK320 flash and integrated them, and then added an excellent pop-out battery. Now this product just launched. In fact, I don't even know what the price is. The Amazon listing doesn't even have a price on it yet. If you are interested in reading more about it and all of its specs, I will post a link to Amazon down below, so check that out. So that is going to be it for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed it and learned something. As always, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for all the likes, comments, and support, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.